Gonna do a video today, hopefully, to show you how to change the steering wheel on your Range Rover L405. Now, those of you who are paying attention will notice I have my steering wheel sideways, so the Range Rover text is this way. Worth doing this because the next thing I'm going to do is disconnect the battery, and you can't move the steering wheel once you've disconnected the battery. So for starters, get your steering wheel sideways, and that's because to release the airbag there's a little slot just here in the leather. Can you see that? We're gonna push a tool in through there so it's easier for the video and for you when you're doing it, I think, to have it sideways. So get your steering wheel sideways, start your car, get it that. We're now going to go to the boot and disconnect the battery. Now this video is for guidance. Don't come and sue me if everything goes wrong. This should only be done by trained professionals. Working with airbags is dangerous, but we're just going to do a video to show you how we do it just for your interest. So because we're working with airbags, the safest way is to disconnect the battery. The handbook does say don't ever disconnect the battery, which I don't understand, but right, so you've got to lift your boot floor up. There's that tricky little clip there that clips up onto the top there. Cool. We've taken a spare wheel out, which is a little bit tricky actually, and we will do a separate video and we'll put the little link there when we do it to just show you the clever way of getting the spare wheel out. Looks like we've got the compressor here underneath. You've got your toolkit here, and you've got easy access to the negative terminal. So they don't really give you access. Yeah, the positive's all a bit hidden there. So let's just, what size is that in? That's a 10mm on there. 10mm socket. And you want to put that out the way. So just disconnect that. We've got to stop it reconnecting. Or we're going to put that little bag there, or one of those plastic chocks. What do you reckon? Give them a That's it. So am I going to come quite away? Yeah, let's have one of these plastic. Oh, yeah, I'll grab one of those plastic chocks out of there. I mean, I got the air. Right, we're going to grab a plastic chock out of the thing. That looks safe, doesn't it? We're happy with that. That's pro. That's professional. Steady. Right then. Okay, let's go and have a look now. So, as I say, we haven't done one of these before, but it looks similar to the Evoque. So what we're going to do is... Right, so you can actually interestingly tell whether the steering wheel's ever been off a car, whether this little bit of rubber here is broken. So ours has never been broken. So let's have a look at the screwdriver using. So it's a flat blade, so it's actually just a screwdriver with the tip ground off. So no need for special expensive tools, but we normally kit these in when we sell them. And there you go, I'll go from here. Right, now you push it in, and then, right, give it a little push and see if you can catch it. Now if you can't, we'll have a look. So you're probably changing your steering wheel. So let's go and have a look at the steering wheels now, Ian. It's probably a good time. Right, so what we're going to upgrade in this video, we are going to change the steering wheel, and I'll show you the options for that. We're going to change these switch packs, and I'll show you. Notice these switch packs. And we're going to change the paddle shift. So the paddle shifts on this wheel are black. So let's go and have a look at the bits we're going for. Right, and also we'll have a look at the airbag release mechanism. So you'll notice the standard steering wheel is just all leather with a sort of uniform diameter ring around. We've got some other options here. So this is a genuine autobiography steering wheel. And what they did was they have this wood inlay. So the various wood finishes they did, you get a strip in there and a strip along the top here. Most L405s, but not all of them, had a heating element, and you'll see the little connector coming out here. But this is what the bare steering wheel looks like with none of the switch packs or airbag on. And the bit we're just trying to do is we've come through this little groove here, and we're trying to push this little spring up here to release the bottom clip. Now the top clips I think come off on their own, although there may, I think so. I think if you get the bottom one off, it sort of lifts up, but we'll have a look at that. So that's one option of the steering wheel, but notice how the sort of inner and outer diameter are parallel along here. This one here has got a sport grip, so you've got a little thumb rest here, and you've got a sort of more ergonomic shape, and it's slightly sort of beefed up, so that when you're driving, it's a little more comfortable. So that's what we call the sport grip, and this is the sport grip with the napper, the soft leather. Or you could go for the same steering wheel. So we've got the wood inlay, we've got the thumb rest, but we've got the perforated leather here. So you've got these little perforations. So that's some of the sort of options you can get in the steering wheels. The paddle shifts, so we showed you they were black before, so these are the bright finish paddle shifts. They did also do an aluminium machined one, but this is still plastic but with a sort of aluminium effect finish. We're going to upgrade to those. And these are the, what do they call them? Lit something.
Hidden until lit.
Hidden until lit switch pack. So these are gloss. These have just got like a black gloss finish, and if you compare them to the ones we've got there, you can see these are just smooth. Until you light them up, you don't actually know what the buttons do. So we've never tried these, but a bit of an unknown. But we're gonna have a go. So
so we're not even sure what functions these
will work.
But we're not even sure what they have.
Oh yeah, because they don't light up.
We've never lit them, so we don't even know what
so they
functions
might
they've
not
got.
have the heated
They
steering
might not
wheel.
be compatible with our car.
We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Right. So Ian, have you got that now? So you reckon you can work out where that screwdriver goes
so
now?
this is when we're going to fit on ours with the perforations.
So you can have a look.
So if we go straight in,
You got your little
and
finger.
you can feel the spring, and you
Right.
know it's about what, inch and a half?
Yeah. Go on, and you have a
Like that.
go at doing that then.
So you want to just try and keep it
You can feel it. It sort of slips
Dead.
off.
dead straight, and you'll know when you get on it because you get that.
Right. Yeah. And then I think you got to just pull that bottom of that airbag up. Way. Right, now if you lift it up, can you then sort of lift it? Is it going to release those other clips, or are we going to have a little... I thought it did release the other clips.
It doesn't seem like it wants to.
Right.
Jump in.
Okay, so what we've got to do now, we've released the bottom clip, but we've got to release the top two, we've got to push the whole airbag that way, and that just allows you to release it. So right, before we go messing with those clips...
So it's these two top clips.
Yeah.
On those springs, and you just got to push the whole
airbag up.
It goes up fairly easy when you get it right.
Right, let's just have a quick look how these are going. So if you look here, you'll see that this has got a green, like a mint green, and I think the bit behind it is coloured. We'll see when we get that off. Is it coloured mint green as well? And the other one it's got brown in there.
It's yellow and yellow, I think.
Is it yellow and yellow?
Yeah, so that one's all yellow and it goes with the yellow one. This blue one goes with the blue one.
Blue, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. And also look at where it clips. So the steering wheel, is that cable tied on there? Oh, has it got a little...
Hooks out of
Hooks
there.
that. So yeah, make sure you get that hooked under there when you put it back on, because that stops it all getting messed up. Okay, now we normally disconnect it here, but it looks like it might be easier to disconnect it on the main steering wheel there. Push that, try that in, see if that'll... It may not be the easiest way.
No. Oh. I can take that one out of the way. I'm going to have to take everything out of the way first.
Okay, maybe, but on the others we have taken these off, so... But you've got to pull the orange bit out. You might need a little screwdriver, see if you can get it with your nail. Yep, so let's just have a look at that. Yep, let's just have a look. You've pulled that so that you can see that this one's flush and this one's proud, and then you can just pull the fitting out then. You should just pull straight out. There. And so again, you can see mint green onto the mint green fitting. Excellent. Okay. Okay, and then, yeah, you were right, Ian, yeah. So the yellow one goes onto the yellow fitting. No problem, we got all that good.
And we've got...
Right, we've got a little connector on there. What sort of connector has he got? What technology has he got keeping him together? So he's just a hard pull, yeah? He's got a little nipple that you've got to overpower. And that's the airbag, so put that out the way. Don't let the kids play with that. That is an explosive device we don't want to be doing. Right, so... Again, check you haven't moved your steering wheel too much. It's on a hexagonal spline, it's not on lots of splines, so it's really easy to get it lined. Those of you remember the old school where you had loads of little splines and you have to get it exactly right. This isn't a problem on these. Right, so let's just have a look what we've got. We've got the heated bit in there, so we can now remove this whole steering wheel, and just as we bring it off, make sure these...
Should we disconnect these first?
disconnect those.
pink one looks like it should just be another straight pull.
Pull, yeah. Pink one's a straight pull.
This one's got a clip on the top edge, so that's obviously the top of our steering wheels here,
yeah.
depending on how you've turned it.
Okay, that's all we need. The rest will come off
and
with
then that will just stay
thread through
because it doesn't connect to the wheel itself. Right,
so we've got a Torx fitting in the middle here, which I believe is the T45, which we've got here. Let me get that for you here. Now again, if we sell the steering wheels, we'll try and kit it together with the tools and the T. No, that's the T50, right? Okay, so it's different to the Evoque. So we'll go and get a Torx T50 now. Okay, so we've got Torx T50, but okay, you might have to react with. Oh, there you go. That's all right. It's not too bad. Yeah.
This seems to be a fresh steering wheel that's never been off as well.
No, well, because we know it hasn't been off, because we had to sort of punch through that hole in the airbag.
Yeah, now you can see the hex.
Yeah, let's have a look at the bolt here. So yeah, it's got some Loctite on there. So there we go. It's got a nice lead in as well, so you can't cross thread it, which is good. And there you go. And there you can see the hexagonal boss. So we can't get that on.
And you should also notice if I take
a little mark. Yeah,
so
thread that out.
You've got a mark indicating the top. So they've also coloured it pink on ours.
Oh really? It's like that.
Conveniently.
There we go. Oh yeah. So they've got a little pink line there as well. So you should well know where your top is.
Should know, even if that swings round
by a whole sixth of a turn.
Then yeah, you should know where your top is.
Good.
And be careful not to rotate this.
Good point. Do not rotate, because it's only got a number. It's called the slip ring, and it can go like 3 turns that way and 3 turns that way. So if you mess about with that, you end up with it only being able to go 2 turns one way, which could limit you. So that's that. Yeah. So don't move that around too much. Cool. Good point. Right, so that's the steering wheel off. We'll finish this video here now, and we'll do another video to show you how to strip it down. So we'll show you a complete strip down, how to remove these chrome spokes, how to remove these switch packs, and we'll upgrade them to the glossy invisible ones. And also, if you flip it over, Ian, we'll show you how to remove these paddle shifts. Now, maybe you can swap the paddle shifts without taking the steering wheel, and we might do a separate video on that if it is possible to save going to this length, because looking there you've got the bolt there, but we'll see if that's possible. We'll put a different video up for that. Good luck with that. So the link, if you click here, we'll do the link of the steering wheel strip down.